The 19th East Africa Business Network Trade and Investment Conference is brought to you by Kurunzi News in association with the following partners.
We continue to have conversations on the sidelines of EABN 2024 here in Dallas, Texas, and we get to speak to different business partners who are here for this year's event. And I'm here at the stand, or is it a table? It's called the Nexgen Automation. And I'm joined by a gentleman whose name I got it right the first time. I'm not so sure I can repeat it, but Vedaste, that is as much as I can remember.
You got it right.
Thank you so much for that. So let's talk about, first of all, it's a pleasure to be able to speak with you about what you do and why it is important for you guys to be here. So tell us about Nexgen Automation. And I see get trained, get hired.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I would like to start actually telling about myself. Like I said, I'm Vedaste Hasangwineza, and I'm a software automation engineer with a decade of experience and a background in computer science. So I specialize in driving software excellency using some programming language like a C#, Java, and Python. But I also have hands-on expertise on AI technologies.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, AI is a kind of new thing which every technology is embarrassing on the market. So I'm very passionate about in collaborations and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in tech. So, and beside of that, I'm the co-founder and instructor of the Nexgen Automation. Now can we start talking about Nexgen Automation?
So, you know, trust me, probably.
Yeah.
I am in the group of people that do not understand when you talk about software language. You talked about Java and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think when you talk about AI, obviously, people are able to relate with what you do. When you talk about computer science, then it is easy for people to relate.
Yeah.
So I would like us to narrow it down now to the Nexgen Automation. What exactly is it about, and what do you do?
Yeah.
Practically speaking.
Okay, great. So basically we are IT training school specializing in software automation testing. So what is software? What is software testing? So those of you who already know, basically we use software to resolve our real-time issues. And to build the software, there is steps or phases, which is called the software development life cycle.
Yes.
So part of that, we have testing. So if I can say, for example, depends which model, if I can say waterfall or agile, let's say the first thing we do, we analyze requirement. And then we design. Basically design, we write things on the paper, we design. And then we perform implementation. And then testing. Now, testing means we have to test if whatever software you build, if it works and works efficiently and perfectly as expected. So as the Nexgen Automation, now basically we train people how to utilize, how to learn different tools which are very popular on the market and on high demand, and then they can utilize whatever skills they have to land into the job of software engineering or software testing.
So who are your customers, or who are the beneficiaries of what you do? Because I mean, that is a critical question for anybody out there.
Okay, right. That's a good question. So our customers or our beneficiaries is anyone who, this is what I tell people, anyone who willing to learn and who committed to learn new skills. So I would say this, because I was among themselves. Let me say, before I came to do this, I was civil engineering. And I did civil engineering almost many years. But when I got in the US and I saw whatever work was there, I was like, I gotta find out something else. So I took bootcamp training, and now I've been doing this almost 10 years. So now, which means I have a background computer science, like in background, haven't doing that as professionally. So now anyone who finish college, anyone who wanna switch career, anyone who wanna make, we thought we make good money because basically you get training for 6 months and you start getting paid 100, 120K. Those are people we need.
So he's talking about $120,000 a year. But let me just get to the, you train somebody for 6 months. So who do they work for? Or what do they do after the training that will give them the amount of money, that the kind of money that you're talking about?
Amazing. This is what we are here for. We are here to make their journey smooth. We are here to give every tools, every skills that they need to go out there on the market and succeed. So, but who they work for? We have a client to work with. So our many candidates, they work in different companies, like a bank, I would say Bank of America, I would say some Kaiser Permanent, that is the healthcare domain, and some also they work in some airline space, like I would say American Airlines. We have some students who got a job in the American Airlines. So, but we prepare them, not to teach them only, but we prepare them also during marketing, during job interviews, during preparing their resume. And then they go out there. And after that, whenever they got a job, we just not living like there. We follow up with them to just make sure that they are stable and sustained to handle the job which they've been hired for. Yeah.
And when you're talking about training people, obviously they pay money, or they are sponsored, or they get scholarships. How does it work for you guys?
So it's very easy for us. Basically, we just require, or we ask admission fees, which is $700. Basically, they pay this for admission, and then they took the course for 6 months. And then after 6 months, we help them get the job. And then after they get the job, they will have to pay $5,000 for tuition fees, which they will pay within 6 months. So that's the payment. But payment options are very easy. They can pay with their credit cards or debit cards, however they want it. Yeah, it's a simple information over there on the website. It's simply it's easy. We made easy way. Basically, anyone can be able to access these and can be also afford to do that.
So, for $700, somebody gets into the training and they are guaranteed of getting a job, courtesy of your networks.
Yes.
And then after they get the job, then they are able to now pay within 6 months the $5,000.
That is correct.
Okay, so let's talk about why it is important for you to be here at this conference, and what the connection is between Nexgen, the Nexgen Automation, with the participation in this conference. Okay, and by that I mean creating that direct correlation between this business and East Africa, as it were.
Okay, great. This is a great opportunity, and thank you so much for asking that question. So as now we speak, we have candidates who are in Rwanda, we have candidates who are in Uganda, and these are programmers who work in their industries. I would say, for example, some people who might have in Rwanda, they work in MTN. They already have programming skills, but they don't have the skills which we have here. So basically we try to bring the knowledge and the skills of what we do in our current job today here to even those who are in East Africa.
Okay.
So it's a great opportunity them now to be to learn of the latest skills on the market. So now, basically now they can compete from wherever they are. They can get someone who is in Kenya, someone who is in Uganda, someone who is in Rwanda. Yeah, he can get opportunity to work in the US. And as long as he has that skills, that can put him to compete with the US market.
Okay, and that sounds to me like what you're trying to do is to open up the opportunity for people to earn American skills where they may not necessarily be able to get the opportunity to do so because they are in Africa or they are not in the US. Is that the case? Am I right to say that?
Absolutely. That is, yeah, absolutely. And looking at this event, it was a kind of bridge to transmit those messages to even African people.
So are you then saying that people can enroll for this regardless of where they are, and therefore that you do this virtually or online?
Yeah, this is online. Live training. So we have people across the world. We have people who, like I said, who is in Rwanda, Kenya, and Uganda, and we have candidates who live in Canada. But we have, of course, many who based here in the US because that's where the main job market is. Yeah, but like to answer your question, yes, we have people all over the board.
So the sort of certification that you give, do you give like any certificate or any document to demonstrate that somebody has gone through the training that you offer, or how does it?
Yeah, Brad, that's a good question, actually. So in the US, I would say this. So we provide a certificate of completion, but for those who need them, I say who need them, because on US market, they don't need to have a certificate to get the job I'm talking about. They just need to get the skills. They just need to have a resume which will help them, and then they have to face some interviews. So it's that is a structure in the US. But our candidates who outside of US, let's say, those who need a certificate, yeah, they will get certificates once they conclude the course.
And that's amazing. I mean, you can say hi. We're good. What's your name? My name is Milton.
My name is Danson.
Oh, Danson. Oh, thank you. We are just having an interview here with this gentleman about Nexgen. So if you give us a minute, we will be done. So how I get it is that the kind of resume that people need to have is for them to. So how does their resume look like when you help them to prepare this?
So basically, we what we train them based on what we do in the current job. So this is I would say this is kind of job training, and this is a hands-on practice. So we are primarily focused on practicing. These people, they coding every single day. You ask them to share the screen, that's all the thing they know. So, and guess what? During the interviews, that's many people, I noticed that some people were learning to crack an interviews, and then they can crack an interviews, but after they got the job, they have a lack of skills.
Yes.
I learned from that.
Okay.
Then I was like, no, we gotta solve this. People, they must be practical of the things or the skills they learned, and then because it will help them not to crack an interview only, but even to survive and to perform well in the project. So now back to your question for remind me what was it?
No, the question is, how does the resume look like?
Okay, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Back to the question about resume. So this is what we shared, what we train people. It's like someone who has skills, who has skills for at least 5 to 6 years. So now the resume, not that it sounds like that. So basically we train you within 6 months. And then when you complete the course, you are exactly the person who worked for a company from day one up to 5 to 6 years. So, and what they do whenever they going in the market or they start an interviews, they interviewed on the same level of experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's really amazing.
Certainly. And you're talking about being hands-on.